Should you move your money to JP Morgan Chase Bank? Welcome to Degenny from the blockchain, where we DeFi logic. Well, with the banking issues going on right now that are coming to light, people are moving their funds from smaller regional banks to larger, more trusted banks, let's call it. JP Morgan Chase being the biggest in the United States. And I just have a not financial advice warning that the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? Is JP Morgan Chase going to go down? No, absolutely not. And this is not a rumor to be started or some FUD or anything like that. If the worst happened, the US government would, of course, step in and prop up that bank, JP Morgan Chase, okay? So yeah, there's not going to be a collapse. So you can move your money to JP Morgan Chase, of course you can, you know? With all of the uncertainty going on with the United States banking system, or just the questions that are arising and where are all these funds, I think if you have less than $250,000, which is the FDIC insurance limit that covers you fully if a bank goes down, if you have less than $250,000, I think you're fine in any case, in any bank. That's personally my opinion. I bank with Bank of America, and there's been a lot of talk that that could be the next big bank to go down. But you know, sometimes these things are just you know, you just want to kind of find a big name bank like Bank of America and find the smallest little detail that you can blow up into out of proportion and say that they're insolvent. I don't know if that's what's happening. I don't know where the rumors come from. There was some, you know, issues with Zelle and Bank of America a few months back where people's money was just getting taken out of their Bank of America account because maybe, I'm not sure exactly, but Zelle, I guess, didn't have all the funds, or Bank of America didn't have all the funds. I don't know. But I don't think there's any reason to believe Bank of America would go down, or any of the really, really big banks, because the US government would step in. But again, the warning is the bigger they are, the harder they fall. So let's get into the article on Yahoo Finance that shows that JP Morgan amasses deposits as customers move money to largest US bank. Good old Jamie Dimon. Yes. So let's move through this article, published Friday, April 14th. JP Morgan Chase & Company on Friday reported a surge in deposits in the first quarter as the sudden collapse of two U.S. regional banks in March drove customers to move their money to bigger lenders. The largest U.S. lender gained I love how they're calling banks lenders and not banks. My God. Like, just that wording is hilarious to me. Yeah, because they're lending your money out, by the way. The largest U.S. lender gained $50 billion in deposits at the end of March, its first quarter earnings report showed. That compares to Citigroup, where deposits were largely flat and a decline at Wells Fargo. JP Morgan's finance chief, Jeremy Barnum, said he expects modest outflows in deposits for the rest of the year. Analysts are watching bank balance sheets to assess how easily lenders can fund their operations and whether they have enough cushion to handle any financial shocks. What? Cushion? Why is so much money going out of these banks or should I call them lenders? In this article, we're only probably halfway through, and we've heard the term lender or lenders 3 times already. So that's weird. And yeah, cushion. Why? I have my money. You're supposed to be a trusted bank to hold my money. And when I need my money, I would like it back. That's all. Where's the cushion? It should be 1-to-1 with what was deposited. So breaking down some of these things really makes you question like what we've been taught growing up and like what really is going on. You know, it makes me question. And you know, I enjoy life. You know, I'm not like looking over my shoulder everywhere I go. You know, I'm not like paranoid about these things at all. I enjoy life and I have a beautiful family, and but I think about the future of myself, my family, you know, and I want that to be good. And I don't know, I just feel like, you know, we could start to look at things a little bit you know, harder, especially if some news comes out. I think that's harmless, you know, and we all formulate our own opinions anyway. So oh, back to the article. Yeah, financial shocks. I mean, I'm depositing money. Why isn't it there? You know, why would there need to be a cushion? So investors are scrutinizing various aspects of bank deposit basis to assess funding profiles, net interest margin, pressures, and overall liquidity, autonomous research analyst led by John McDonald wrote in a March note. Investors have closely scrutinized deposits after the collapses of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank last month rattled markets, prompting regulators to step in to guarantee their customers' deposits. Yes, the regulators are stepping in where they don't have enough. Yes, regulators are. Let me go full screen here. Yes, regulators are stepping in to cover bank collapses where they can't cover more than just a few banks anyway. It's like, that's so weird. Oh wait, no, they can. They just print money. That's right. That's right. FDIC, Fed, United States government, whatever it is, they will print however much money they have to cover these banks that collapse. It's like, it goes back to the quantitative tightening that the Fed did, and in a matter of 1 week or 2 weeks, completely wiped out almost 100% of the tightening they did just by printing money to bail out Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. It's like, what's the point of all of it? What is the point of having FDIC if you can just print money to bail out banks? What's the point of, well, having FDIC and not having enough money to cover these failing banks? And just what's the point of all, like, a lot of our tax money is going to paying these public officials in these big positions that do nothing. Like, there's so many things to question in our system. Oh, man. All right, back to the article. The three banking giants received an influx of money in March. JP Morgan reported a 2% rise in deposits to $2.38 trillion at the end of the quarter compared to the end of 2022. Oh my God, that's a ridiculous amount of money. While Citigroup's deposits were a little changed at 1.33 trillion at the end of the first quarter, CFO Mark Mason said it saw meaningful deposit inflow related to turmoil. Deposits at Wells Fargo slid 2% to 1.36 trillion as customers moved their money to higher yield accounts and products. Industry-wide consumer deposits are expected to decline over the next several months due to inflation and a looming recession, Stephen Beck, founder and manager partner of CG42 Consulting from New York, said in an email Friday. Oh, yeah. Inflation, yeah, that's a whole other thing. And then recession. I don't know. I don't know about you watching, but I have to empty my wallet to buy food for my family. I have to empty my wallet to pay bills every month. I have to empty my wallet to cover a house payment. I have to empty my wallet to fill up the gas tank. Looming recession, future recession, according to like the definition in the past, 2 straight quarters of like not hitting certain marks or whatever, or of negative uh, action used to constitute a recession. And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't that happen in quarter one and quarter two of 2022? So if that's the case, we've been in a recession since mid 2022. And whatever mainstream stuff they're trying to lay on us that we're not in a recession is complete baloney, because I'm looking at my wallet and I'm seeing dust particles and crumbs at the bottom of it, and there's no cash in it, metaphorically, of course. You know, because these inflation prices are so high. Uh, just in a few years, I would say, like I use coffee as an example because it's like the meme in crypto, of like buying a coffee in crypto, with crypto. So you know, coffee. You go to Starbucks, you're getting a grande for like 6.50. That's absurd, absurd. Surely 3 5 years ago that grande was probably 3.50 or $3. Like, we're looking at near double prices for just regular day-to-day things: gas, food, you know electricity, gas, oil. It's just like, of course we're in a recession. Nobody can pay for these things. uh People are late on payments, like you're living paycheck to paycheck. And I don't know what these public officials are doing to us, but do they even care? Do they even know? You know, you may go to like a shopping complex and see some homeless like with a sign. You may see some tents, in the inner city, and like we don't even know what's going on in those homeless people's lives or brains. And I think it's the same with the U.S. officials to people like me and like you. They're not in the trenches. They're just in their cushy offices with their suits, having lunch made for them, and having a car pick them up. You know what I mean? It's like, and we're paying for that stuff, and they're not helping us. You know, like, why is there such a divide? Why is there such ignorance in our system? God, it's really sad because like people like me and maybe like you and many others, going back to the homeless reference, is that we want to help those people. We want to be equal. We don't want to see people starving. We don't want to see people on the street. We don't want to see people with empty pockets and living paycheck to paycheck. We all want to be thriving. And the funny thing is, I don't know what the crazy perception is, but we don't want to be rich to go crazy and like party and wreck the earth and like act a fool and like some arrogant people. Rich is not even the right term. We just want to be financially free and not have to slave around in this system. That's it. That's it. We don't want to wreak havoc everywhere. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like the officials think, is that we're gonna be like up to no good or something if we come across money. No, personally, I want to share any wealth that I gain. I want to offer my time to charities, but it's like with a full-time job and we don't have to go there. But yeah, I don't want the Lambo. I don't want the Lambo. I just want a car that I don't have to pay for every month to get me around to where I have to go and contribute to society. I don't want the big 10, 15,000 square foot mansion. No, I want a nice family home in a cool location, in a safe location on this beautiful planet where I can pay for it reasonably, and not have to jump through 1,000 hoops just to even get that home, first of all. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. And I think I went a little bit off topic here. The main reason for the video was to go over that article that people are moving their money to the biggest U.S. bank, J.P. Morgan Chase, and the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I mean, look, J.P. Morgan Chase has been around for centuries, so again, it's not going to go down. Even if the worst happened, the U.S. government would never let it go down. So, yeah, move your money there if you feel safer. Just know that your money is being lent out because these banks are also known as lenders, apparently. And if you go to withdraw a significant amount, call it 50,000, 80,000, whatever, or even deposit that much through any crypto gains, they're gonna knock on your door and be like, so tell me about this. Yeah, it's your money, but they want to know. So anyway, be careful out there, everybody. Do your own research. This is not financial advice, just my blockchain reaction. Thank you for watching.
Hey, thank you for watching to the very end. And before you go, please subscribe to the channel, crank up that like button, drop a comment and share the video. If you want to join me on the VEUIT platform, the Web3 streaming platform, I'm going to migrate all my content over there and create new content on the blockchain. My referral link is in the description below.